Hello. So it's been a little bit since I have done a video, but it's been just over 2 weeks. It's like 2 weeks in a day since I had the Orbera balloon placed. So I thought it was time for a little update. The first thing, I guess, the first like milestone is that I've lost 20 pounds, so I'm officially 20 pounds down, which is great. I don't see it like physically at all, which is sad, but also just, it is the way it is. But having that number is helpful, even when I was like close to 20 pounds, that's kind of how I just have to see it as like you're chugging along, you're getting there. And yeah, so that feels good. But I wanted to give an update. So I have my little notes here. So I had my first meeting with the coach, and honestly, I am so floored about this now. I had no idea what to expect, and I thought that the coach was going to be like some robot that I'm like messaging with, and they're just going to give me some generic like pamphlets or something to follow. So I had this mindset that I was going to really do these like 6 months of having the balloon in by myself and getting myself psyched up for it and creating my own plans and structures and all those things myself. But I talked to someone and I logged on and I'm like, well, let's see what this is about. I almost didn't even do the first session. It didn't follow through with it. And I see a person on the other end. I'm like Skyping with someone and I was so surprised. And we talked for over an hour, which I think is well over the time that they're usually allotted. But she just listened to me. She listened to my background. She understood what PCOS is and how it can affect different people differently, and how she just empathized with my struggles of finding, doctors that will listen and say, okay, like just because my blood work shows that I'm normal or perfect in, these categories doesn't mean that for my body that's great. Like I could be off, and just basically saying like she understood that everybody's different, and she wanted to help me create a plan and a process that's going to be fitted specifically for me. So very excited about that. She's going to send me some pamphlets and, but like PCOS specific, information and articles and things like that. So super, super stoked. I gave her a list of all of my supplements, and then maybe on another video I'll go through all my supplements and say like why how I heard that they're good for you, what I hope that they'll do, and whether or not they fit into an appropriate category for me based off of what the dietitian says. So anyways, coach, I'm super excited about. I couldn't believe that that's kind of what's going on with Orbera. So definitely gives me more optimism and makes me feel like the bang is a little bit more worth the buck. Because this was an expensive procedure, and just knowing that I have like that extra layer of support is really exciting. Anyways, okay, so during that coach session, that was last Friday, today's Wednesday, so about like 5 days ago. She said that I have the go-ahead to eat solid foods. I don't need to be on a liquid diet. They want me to start introducing more calories and blah, 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 all of that. So I was like, great, let's see how this goes. And like the last 3 days, I didn't really eat anything during the day. Like I would have, half of a meal replacement shake. And then I was like, okay, well, let's have like a meal. And, if I made dinner for my fiance, I would have like half of what he had, or when I'm eating, I don't feel like full right away. I mean, I'm taking my time, I'm chewing. It's taking me a half hour to have something that normally would take me 5 minutes. So I'm taking the time, but it doesn't feel like I'm super full, or like I still feel hungry. I still feel like I could eat more. So I have. I pushed it like way past what I should, I bet, because then the next day I'm like miserable. Like it's not like I can't sleep, because I can sleep okay. And then the whole next day I feel like my food is like up here. Like I don't want to have any water. I don't want to intake anything else. I'm getting those spasms again. It's just really, really painful. And so I have thrown up the last couple days, like when I've been trying that. But it's like, I just need to break through that. I need to break whatever I'm doing because it doesn't make sense. Like, I'm eating at night, I'm miserable during the day, then I'm throwing up, and then I feel like hungry because then I'm empty. And so I do it again, and I'm like, no, no more. It's not worth it. We have a little road trip planned this weekend. I don't want to feel sick for it. I don't want to be like in pain. I just want to feel normal. And I don't want to feel bloated. I don't want to feel like my stomach is like out to here just because it's full of crap. I want to feel like good. So I've decided I'm really, really gonna just take a couple bites of some food. Like Thanksgiving is tomorrow, so you know, wish me luck for that. But yeah, so I'm just gonna try to take it really easy because this is weird, but I've never been able to burp. Like I can't make myself burp. And I feel like that's the only relief that I could possibly get when I'm so full like that. So whenever I do, or like, I'm trying to have like, I'll have like a sip of a ginger ale to try to get some bubbles or something, and it helps for a little bit. But yeah, burping is like the only relief that I'm getting. But I will say that when I do burp, they're like so rank. It's so gross. It's like everything that I had the day before, and like it comes up like with a mixture of like a vomit smell. It's so gross. I can't even tell you. If anything, I'd want to like limit what I'm having so that I don't have that as like the reaction that my body has. I am just not used to that. I am not used to even talking about like bodily functions or anything like that. So it makes me uncomfortable, but it's also disgusting. It's so awful. So I'm also trying to be conscious of like what I'm eating because I don't want to have like the smelliest food and the smell, just smells in general, just it's not working out. It's not a good thing. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do for Thanksgiving because, there's a lot of different types of spices and stuff and everything. But yes, and then on the topic of bodily functions, I haven't really used the bathroom. And I talked to the coach about it. She asked, and I was like, oh, I don't even want to talk about it. Like, it's fine. I'm fine. Because I don't feel sick or like backed up or anything, but apparently I am. So she recommended that I start adding magnesium to my supplement list. And I already had it, which was great because I was taking it before a few months ago when I was on keto. I bought it so that I would have my electrolytes be regular. So I'm taking that. Hasn't quite helped yet, but I've only been taking it for a couple days. So I might up the dosage a little bit and see if that helps because I feel like one, I'm going to feel better. I'm going to get some relief. I'm sure I'm just going to get some pressure relief in like my stomach. And then also that just means like I'm going to lose a little bit more weight when that happens. So I think it's all a good thing. Let's see, what else do I have on here? So I wanted to talk about what it feels like when I'm having like the stomach pains or when I've overeaten or whatever. From the beginning until now, it's the same feeling. I get like this pressure in like my chest. It's like right like in the middle of my bosom. It's just like tight and I feel like everything is like working and it's like stressed out and I just have to like breathe deep or like hold my breath for a second or something and it sucks. It's a bad feeling. I'm almost like, am I having a heart attack or what is this feeling? So another reason why I don't want to overeat, even if it feels like I can, I just keep reminding myself like the next day I'm really going to pay for it. So it's not worth it to me. Let's see. I've also set up a little mini like exercise goal for myself. So for 2 weeks straight, Monday through Friday, so 5 times a week, I'm going to add in like extra cardio. I have an elliptical in my house, so I've been doing that for 15 minutes in the morning before work. It's like I'm just creating it as part of my routine. And I've been knocking that out, and I've actually been doing like 20 minutes in the morning, and I feel good. I feel like I get a burst of energy. I feel like Even if I've thrown up, like this morning I threw up this or right when I woke up, and then I still did it, and I was like, oh, maybe I'm gonna feel sick, but I feel like it helps, to just kind of move everything down, and it gives me energy, and I feel like it's just a good goal that I have right now, and I mean, it's only been 3 days, so it's not like I'm some mastermind of goal setting, but so far so good, and I like how it makes me feel. I just keep telling myself like it's just going to keep helping me get towards the goals that I have already set, like the overall weight loss goals. So it's a good thing. And I just I have a little routine. Like I just kind of mess around on my phone a little bit while I'm doing it. I'm not climbing up a mountain or anything, but, it's just something that I'm setting. And as long as I can accomplish it, I'm going to feel pretty good, I think. And then I'm just going to add on from there. So I'll, stay tuned for what the next goal set is or after I've completed what I've decided to tack on. So the last thing I have on my notes is, Ovidazole. So I created an Instagram handle for this tracking as well, to get like additional inspo and things like that. So I found this PCOS handle. She's a dietitian or nutritionist or something. She's something certified. I'll double check out what she does, and I'll include a little link to her Instagram at least. And she's PCOS centric. So I was looking a little bit into it because anytime someone says hey, I know what you're going through and I have it and I know how to tackle it, I'm like, whoa, give me everything. I just want to absorb all of the information. So she had on her page, or someone had mentioned Ovidazole, which is a supplement. So anyone out there who's familiar with metformin, it's a medication for insulin resistance. Ovidazole is a supplement, like a natural version of metformin, basically. It's supposed to do the same thing for your body. So I'm looking more into it because I want to understand it better before I decide to invest money to put any add to my supplement list. But if it works the way it's supposed to, or if it helps the way it's supposed to for people who have PCOS and are insulin resistant like me, it could be a game changer, and it could really, really help with the weight loss. Even now, I kind of feel like I've plateaued already, and I know I've lost 20 pounds in 2 weeks, and that sounds great, but where's, I don't know, it feels like I should still be going, I should still be inching towards more and more weight loss, but I've kind of stopped. So hopefully, I get the right sort of stuff working in my body and my metabolism, and then everything will kind of fall into place, because I've only been having maybe 300 to 500 max calories, and I would say 500 in the last 3 days. So aside from that, I'm not intaking a lot, and I'm in theory I should be burning more calories and I should be losing weight, but I've kind of stayed at the same mark for the last couple days. So seems kind of weird, but we'll see what happens. I'm just hopeful for more and more. I want Christmas to come. I want next month to come, and I want there to be visual results, or visible, I should say, results. So I hope. We'll see what happens. Yeah. I'm anxious about tomorrow. I'm doing a lot of cooking for Thanksgiving, so I'll be busy and, running around the kitchen and stuff, and I'm going to be super tired, but, I make good food, so I don't want to get too tempted to have stuff and then feel sick, or I don't want to regret not having anything at Thanksgiving or something, or I don't want my family to notice and be like, why aren't you eating anything? And the thing is, when you're a fat person, I don't expect anybody to question if I'm have a smaller plate than someone else. They're probably oh, good, finally she's gonna stop, not that I don't eat like a pig, but the point is that when you're fat, people assume you eat like crap, and so they don't really judge, or they're not going to question you when you don't have a lot on your plate, because they're well, finally they're going to do something to watch what they're eating or whatever crap. I just assume. I don't know if everybody's family is like that, but some of mine certainly is. So, yeah. Well, it's a busy time. I have to get ready for another family party, so I'm gonna wrap this up. Yeah, I'm gonna try to like see where the posts go. I'll do, I'll try to do a video on my supplements, like I said. I'll try to do one on goal setting, but that probably won't be for at least another month, just because, I want to have stuff in place that I can actually speak to rather than just like theoretical goal setting, because I've done that before. Like I used to teach, and I used to talk about goal setting all the time, so I can create a structured video on it, but like I'd rather be something that I'm applying right now with a specific situation. So probably going to take a little bit of time. But anyways, this has been a very long video, so I'm wrapping it up. And if anyone's watching this right now, happy holidays. If not, hope you had a good holiday. Yeah, let me know if there are any questions, or if I can be clearer on anything of how the process is going. Okay.